What if I told you that the castle that inspired Disney's Sleeping Beauty wasn't built for royalty or power, but as an escape from a reality its creator could no longer bear? Picture this. A castle perched high in the Bavarian Alps, with white limestone walls, slender towers, and dreamlike turrets piercing the sky. It looks like something straight out of a storybook, and in many ways it is. But behind that enchanting silhouette lies a story not of fairy tales, but of obsession, isolation, and a king who traded his kingdom for a fantasy. This is Neuschwanstein, one of the most visited castles in Europe, and one of the most misunderstood. Because while millions see it as a symbol of romance, its true origin is far stranger and far more human than the legends suggest. To understand why this castle exists, you have to meet the man who dreamed it into being. King Ludwig II of Bavaria. He wasn't a conqueror or a statesman. He was a recluse, an artist at heart, raised on German legends and operas by composer Richard Wagner. And by the time he took the throne, the real world, with its politics and protocols, felt like a cage. So he decided to build his own dot in 1869. Construction began on what Ludwig called the Neuschwanstein Castle, named after the Swan Knight from Wagner's opera Lohengrin. It was his retreat, his sanctuary, a place where he could live inside the stories he loved. But building a fairy tale isn't cheap or easy. And Ludwig's vision was so grand, so detailed, that it pushed the limits of what 19th century engineering could achieve. Workers hauled materials up steep mountain paths. Stone was sourced from nearby quarries, and the king himself supervised every design, every mural, every piece of furniture. He didn't want a castle fit for court, he wanted a stage for his imagination. But as the castle rose, so did the rumors. Ludwig was spending enormous sums, millions in today's currency, on not just Neuschwanstein, but two other grand projects, Linderhof and Herrenchiemsee. His ministers grew nervous. His family whispered. They called him Mad King Ludwig, a dreamer lost in delusion. And the truth is, he was retreating further every year. Inside, Neuschwanstein was a temple to myth. Murals covered the walls, scenes from Wagner's operas, Norse legends, medieval romances. The throne room, inspired by Byzantine churches, was designed with an empty throne, because Ludwig believed in a divine right of kings that he felt the modern world had stripped away. He slept by day and wandered the halls at night, often alone. He lived in only a few completed rooms for just over 170 days. The rest of the castle remained unfinished, a monument to a dream that was outpacing reality. Then, in 1886, things came to a head. Accused of insanity, based on questionable reports, Ludwig was declared unfit to rule. He was deposed and taken to Burg Castle near Munich. The next day, he and his doctor were found dead in shallow water near the shore. Officially, it was suicide by drowning. But the circumstances were suspicious. No water in his lungs, no clear motive. To this day, many believe he was murdered. Neuschwanstein stood silent, unfinished. It opened to the public just weeks after his death. And in a twist of irony, the castle he built to escape people became one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. It even caught Walt Disney's eye, inspiring Sleeping Beauty Castle and defining the fairy tale castle look for generations. But when you look past the postcard perfection, you see something deeper. A man who built a kingdom of dreams because the real one disappointed him. A king who preferred the company of swans and stories to diplomats and decrees Neuschwanstein isn't just stone and stained glass. It's a portrait of longing, a beautiful, tragic, and deeply human attempt to build a world where magic still matters. Have you ever visited Neuschwanstein, or another place that felt like stepping into a dream? Share your story in the comments, and if you want more hidden histories behind the world's most iconic places, subscribe to Wonder Explorer.